delivery and implementation. It must better link the regional and national processes, and Africa must be at the center of those reforms. We support efforts to make the IGF more solution-oriented, with stronger linkages to policymaking, especially for the Global South. But we also insist that digital governance must not become a space for exclusion, dominated by the few at the expense of many. Africa and the Global Digital Compact. The upcoming GDC, proposed by the UN Secretary General and set to adopt at the Summit of the Future, presents an opportunity to define the norms and the principles of the digital age. Africa must speak with clarity, Africa must speak with unity, and Africa must speak with purpose. Our contributions to the GDC must reflect our realities, which include the right to meaningful connectivity, especially for rural and underserved communities. Ensuring the development of robust, open, and people-centered data governance frameworks, the promotion of local content, local innovation, and local ownership of infrastructure and platforms, and the protection of human rights online, including freedom of expression, privacy, and safety. The GDC must not become a set of ideals diverse from implementation. Africa must push for actionable mechanisms with accountability and measurable outcomes. As we shape our path, we must also align the existing frameworks. The digital transformation strategy for the Africa 2020-2030 provides a roadmap for inclusive growth. Looking at the AU data policy framework is a blueprint for sovereignty, rights-based, and development-oriented data systems. Not forgetting Agenda 2063, which reminds us that digital transformation must serve the broader goals of integration, prosperity, and peace. Internally, our engagement with CIS+20, the GDC, E-Trade for all, ITUs, WTs, DC, and others must be strategic and value-driven. Africa must not only be consulted, we must be creators of the future that we want. As we deliberate over the next few days, let us remember, forums are not ends in themselves. Our work must influence policy, change lives, and build systems that serve people, not just platforms. The Africa IGF must be a year-round ecosystem, one that tracks progress, strengthens national IGFs, builds partnerships with the private sector and the technical community, and ensure that youth, women, and persons with disabilities and grassroots voices are on the table, not as tokens, but as shapers of policy. In closing, distinguished guests, colleagues, and friends, Africa's digital future is not something we can import. It is something we must co-create with courage, with knowledge, and above all, with conviction. From AfriCSIC to Africa IGF, from CIS+20 to the GDC, our task is very clear: to ensure that the internet and all emerging digital technologies work for the many, not just for few, for development and not for division, and for dignity and not for domination. Equally, we must take charge of our digital sovereignty as a nation and as a continent. Our future lies in our own hands, and we must take charge now. Let us build the digital future together for a better and prosperous Africa. Thank you all. Asante sana.
Thank you, Honorable. We would like to recognize the presence of the UN Resident Coordinator for Tanzania, Ms. Susan Nomando. Thank you. We also would like to recognize the Global IGF Multi-Stakeholder Advisory Group Chair, Ms. Carol Roche. Thank you. Thank you, Carol. Okay, next we will have Mr. Changatai Masengo. He is the head of the United Nations Secretariat for the Internet Governance Forum. He will be joining us online. Changatai. Now we have a video message from Ms. Doreen Bogwan Martin from the Secretary General of the International Telecommunication Union. Sorry. Thank you.
On behalf of the International Telecommunication Union, I offer heartfelt congratulations to the United Republic of Tanzania on the launch of your revised foreign policy and on the documentary showcasing your global engagement since 1961. Tanzania joined the ITU in 1962 and has been an active member state ever since, serving on the ITU Council, the Radio Regulations Board, and contributing to the work of all three ITU sectors. A pivotal moment came in 1985 when the world gathered in Arusha to tackle the missing link, the urgent challenge of bringing every household on Earth within easy reach of a telephone. Tanzania was where the world committed to connectivity as a driver of development and opportunity for all of humanity. 40 years later, our shared vision continues to evolve. Today's missing links are meaningful access to the internet, digital skills, and emerging technologies like artificial intelligence. As we continue to shape our shared digital future, I have every confidence Tanzania will continue to lead with a foreign policy that embraces the infrastructure, innovation, and partnerships needed for everyone to thrive across the African region and beyond. I thank President Samia Suluhu Hassan for her commitment to multilateralism and digital diplomacy. And on behalf of the ITU family, I congratulate you again on these historic milestones. Thank you.
We'd like to recognize our partners, starting from ICANN, IZOG, in the EU, in the German Corporation, and all our local partners. Also the Secretariat partnership between UNECA and the African Union that will lead us to the next remark from Dr. Maktasek. He's the Chief of Section for Emerging and Frontier Technologies, Innovation and Digital Transformation Section at the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa. Thank you.
Good morning. Bonjour, assalamu alaikum. Jambo. Honorable Minister of Communication and Technology of United Republic of Tanzania, Honorable Mr. Lamin Jabi, my brother and friend, Minister of ICT and Innovation of the Gambia, Honorable Minister of ICT of the Republic of Malawi, Honorable Deputy Minister ICT from South Africa, representative of the Minister of Chad, Mozambique, Member of Parliament, representative of UN Family, Chair of Honorable Member of the Parliament, Chair of the African AfIGF MAG, representative of youth, estimated delegate. It is an honor to host in collaboration with the government of United Republic of Tanzania this 14th edition of African Internet Governance Forum. Let me begin by extending my deep appreciation to the government and people of the United Republic of Tanzania for hosting this important event. Our gratitude goes to His Excellency, Honorable Minister for Communication Information and Technology for ensuring that this annual meeting of Internet Governance Forum is both meaningful and inclusive for all. It is not the first time we have this collaboration with the minister. We organized 7 months ago, the Africa WCIS review meeting. It was very well organized with support of the government. I would like to extend also my congratulations to the African AfIGF Secretariat, which include the Economic Commission for Africa. We have people working behind in Addis Ababa, also the African Union Commission, as well as the African Internet Governance Multi-Advisory Group, chaired by my brother Elajimbo, and all stakeholders who contribute to this highly commitment with a few months. Several speakers already talked about on the objective of the Internet Governance Forum. But let me summarize quickly. It has been 20 years we adopted the World Summit of Information, particularly the Declaration of Principle and the working definition of Internet governance. The digital landscape, driven by the rapid technology advancement, such as generative AI, blockchain, and the expansion of Internet of Things, cybersecurity challenge, and all issues related to the environment present as both complex opportunity and challenge for Africa digital transformation. Let me highlight some issues. I'm going to start by the bad news before the good news. Africa is the least internet connectivity across the world, with 62% of our population offline. We have 82% coverage by the mobile network, but 70% people living in this area are not connected. Also, another issue, it is an application on issue on related to the content. When you look at internet now, on the local content, we have Kiswahili, we have also Amara and other language. They account for 0.1% on the web content. Means our local content, our local language are not well represented in the web. And in Africa, we have more than 2,000 local languages. But we have seen a lot of progress made by African government. And now all African governments use digital technology as a key driver for socio-economic development. We have seen a lot of progress since 2005. In 2005, the connectivity was the rural area, rural sector. We have seen a lot of application in Kenya, in Ghana. It seems we are making a lot of progress. Also, all good news, Africa lead the mobile money revolution. We have 1.1 billion mobile money account, and the transaction is now 1.1 trillion million in transaction. This represents 74% of the world transaction. Let me come back to the theme today, empowering Africa digital future. This means there is an imperative to build a resilient framework, foster innovation, driven policy. We need innovation for our continent. With our youth population, we need to promote innovation and to put an adequate regulation. Also, we need this digital sovereignty and also an equitable access to technology for all. And we can expect a strong message to come from this meeting. And as the Economic Commission for Africa, we believe effort should focus on 6 points. The first, we need to build a resilient digital public infrastructure. It is a key now for the development. We need to harmonize our regulation to remove the barrier to connectivity as we are implementing the African Free Trade Area. Cybersecurity and privacy is a big challenge we need to overcome to this cyber crime. Private sector involvement is the key. Alone, government can't develop infrastructure and the digital technology. We need an involvement of the private sector in the development of the infrastructure. Multi-stakeholder approach, it is a key to tackle the challenge of digital technology in Africa. African Internet Governance Forum, it is a good example. The Global Internet Governance Forum is another one. And we hope we are going to expand to renew the mandate of AfIGF with a secure funding mechanism for the next 5 years. We need to develop also the competency, the digital skills for our youth generation. It's very important to be key actor in this industrial revolution. Allow me, before to conclude, to address our youth who will represent around 42% of the world youth by 2050. Yesterday, we had a very good youth summit. And the summit showed our youth are very smart. And they have a lot of great ideas. I think you have, the representative of youth was in the podium now. It is, I think she had a very good speech. But let me say, as a young people, you are the architect of tomorrow's landscape. This landscape belongs to you. You will play an active and leading role as provider of digital goods and service as well consuming them. Your creativity, critical thinking, communication and collaboration as well as vision and passion for technology will determine the future of AI, cybersecurity, blockchain, and other fields. This forum is not just about discussion. It is about action, collaboration, and empowerment. It is about ensuring access, inclusivity, sustainability in the digital space. At UNECA and as a UN member, we are already have a global mandate to act under the Global Digital Compact and the WSIS Forum. Distinguished delegates, now in this decade of action is the best time to develop secure and reliable digital system. We at ACA stand ready to facilitate the process with African Union and all member states. Thank you for your attention, and I wish you a successful and productive conference. Thank you.
Asante, asante, asante sana, Dr. Makta Sek, Chief of Section of the UNECA, for your kind remarks. Allow me to borrow from your very end of your remark when you said the young people are the architects of tomorrow's landscape. We have to bear this at mind and at heart. Let's give him another warm round of applause. Thank you so much. Guest of honor, the members of parliament present from all over Africa were introduced, but in their honor once again and their dedication, allow me to request them once again to rise so we can acknowledge once again your presence. All the members of parliament present, if you can please rise. Let's put our hands together for all of them. Fantastic. Our guest of honor is also a member of parliament, except he's also a minister. But in a very special way, he is also representing the Deputy Prime Minister of the United Republic of Tanzania. Kindly take your seats. Thank you very much. Guests of honor, I'm sure you're aware that we have over 40 African countries, delegates present in this forum. So let's put our hands together for all of us present in this meeting. Allow me now, guest of honor, to invite to the podium Mr. Michael Toto, UNESCO country representative, for his brief remarks, which will be followed by those of Mr. Mohammed Hamis Abdullah, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Communication and Information. Karibu sana, Mr. Toto, for your remarks as he comes. Let's give him a warm round of applause. Karibu sana.
Honorable Minister Jerry Silla, Minister of Communication and Information Technology, our guest of honor today. Honorable Ministers and Deputy Ministers present today, leaders and officials here present, Excellencies, dear UN Resident Coordinator, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. Good morning, Bariza Leo. It is a great honor for me to be here today to officially hand over the Tanzania Artificial Intelligence Readiness Assessment Report, an important step that positions the country in a leading role for advancing ethical, inclusive, and human-centered AI governance on the African continent. This report translates the fruitful cooperation between UNESCO and the government of the United Republic of Tanzania, and especially the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology, whose leadership in supporting this ambitious and timely initiative is highly appreciated. This report is a reaffirmation of the commitment of Tanzania to the implementation of the UNESCO recommendation of the ethics of AI, the world's first global standard on ethical governance on artificial intelligence, adopted in 2021 by 193 member states, but also to the UN Global Digital Compact and the EU Continental Strategy on AI. The report is the outcome of an inclusive process involving over 240 stakeholders from government, academia, private sector, civil society, and youth, ensuring wide participation and share ownership in building the country's AI future. The report outlines priorities and provides recommendations to guide the country's next step in developing its national AI strategies based on national values to accelerating Tanzania's transition towards responsible AI adoption, deployment, and use in an enabling environment for investment, research, and innovation. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this launch taking place during the 14th African Internet Governance Forum sends a powerful message. Tanzania is not only adopting technology, but is shaping its own artificial intelligence future with a strong ethical vision. UNESCO is proud to have accompanied this process, allowing Tanzania to join over 23 African countries we are supporting with AI readiness assessment and over 60 worldwide. As official partner to the South African G20 Presidency Task Force on AI, UNESCO is working to ensure that African perspectives on AI governance are reflected in global AI policy discussion and fora. The upcoming third UNESCO Global Forum on the ethics of AI at the end of June in Bangkok will be another opportunity for such experience sharing, and I'm pleased that Tanzania will participate. Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, in closing my remarks, allow me to express my sincere appreciation to the Ministry for its close cooperation. To our national partners, especially the Tanzania AI community, and to all contributors who brought this initiative to life, including UNESCO colleagues from our headquarters in Paris, from Nairobi office, also from Dar es Salaam office here in Tanzania. UNESCO stands ready to continue supporting Tanzania in finalizing and implementing its national AI strategy. Through our expert networks, platforms, and partners, we hope to provide technical assistance, capacity building, and policy support to ensure AI serves the public goals. It is now with pleasure, Honorable Minister, that I officially hand over this strategic report, this strategic document to you, Honorable Minister, today, in the presence of our distinguished partners and our distinguished guests. Thank you.
Asante sana, asante Mr. Michael Toto, UNESCO country representative. Thank you very much. Asante sana. Guest of honor, kindly please pay attention to Tanzania National Digital Economy, which will play soon. Please go ahead.
Provision to citizens through digital systems has evolved significantly. This transformation is driven by the proliferation of internet services, mobile networks, and emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence and robotics. In 2021, President Samia Suluhu Hassan established the Ministry of Information, Communications, and Information Technology. The ministry aims to develop and manage ICT policies, laws, regulations, and strategies. In 2024, the ministry was officially re-established as the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology with a focus on ICT. This initiative aimed to address the growing demands of the digital age, including the expansion of internet access, the promotion of cybersecurity measures, and the implementation of innovative technologies to support economic growth and public services. In 2022, following the President's directives, the ministry began drafting the National Digital Economy Strategy. This initiative involved collaboration with various stakeholders, including government ministries, private sector entities, development partners like the World Bank and the European Union, civil organizations, and other interested parties. In July 2024, the strategy was officially launched by Her Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, President of the United Republic of Tanzania. The strategy outlines how various economic sectors such as agriculture, health, and education can leverage ICT to enhance service delivery and promote national welfare and economic development. The 6 pillars of the digital economy strategy. The first pillar focuses on creating and enabling digital infrastructure, which is foundational for the digital economy. This infrastructure comprises hard and soft components. Hard infrastructure includes the national ICT backbone, data centers, disaster recovery sites, Jamii centers, cell towers, and submarine cables. Soft infrastructure involves the development and utilization of ICT systems within the country. To achieve interoperability between private and public sectors, Tanzania has developed a digital public infrastructure known as Tanzania's Digital Technology Stack, comprising digital ID, Jamii Number, digital payment system, Jamii Pay, and digital data exchange, Jamii Data Shirikishi. Tanzania has undertaken significant initiatives to bolster its cybersecurity framework. in the 2024 Global Cybersecurity Index (GCI) by the International Telecommunication Union, Tanzania achieved Tier 1 status. The country achieved a perfect compliance score across all 5 key cybersecurity pillars: legal, technical, organizational, capacity building, and international cooperation. This places Tanzania among Tier 1 global leaders, alongside nations like the US, UK, and South Korea. The Tanzania Computer Emergency Response Team serves as the national body for coordinating responses to cybersecurity incidents. It provides rapid incident response, issues timely alerts, and fosters collaboration between public and private sectors to mitigate cyber threats effectively, operating under the Tanzania Communications Regulatory Authority, TCRA. The second pillar emphasizes digital governance and creating an enabling environment through effective policies, laws, and regulations. The ministry, in collaboration with stakeholders, has prepared 14 guidelines, including the Digital Economy Strategy 2024, the National IT Policy 2024, the Tanzania Enterprise Architecture Framework, and the Tanzania Digital Public Infrastructure Blueprint. These guidelines aim to ensure an inclusive environment for ICT utilization across Tanzania. The ministry is finalizing the IT law, which will govern digital governance and the enabling environment, ensuring no one is left behind in the digital economy. The third pillar focuses on building awareness and digital skills among citizens. Empowering citizens with digital literacy and skills is crucial for the digital economy. The ministry has sent 20 employees abroad for master's degrees in emerging technologies and plans to send 30 more employees for capacity building. Additionally, 450 employees will receive short-term training on emerging technologies. The strategy seeks collaboration between public institutions and the private sector to promote ICT awareness and digital skills for all Tanzanians. The fourth pillar promotes a culture of digital innovation and the adoption of enabling technologies. The ministry is establishing a Digital Technology Institute in Dodoma to provide citizens with the knowledge and opportunities to harness their creativity productively. The strategy supports startups to boost employment and income for the youth. The National ICT Innovation and Startup Portal will connect large companies, researchers, and designers with young entrepreneurs to foster the digital economy. The fifth pillar ensures the integration of special groups into the development digital systems and applications. This inclusive approach does not discriminate based on origin, race, age, ethnicity, or economic status, ensuring everyone can participate in the digital economy. The sixth pillar focuses on enabling digital financial services. The central bank will regulate and manage digital financial transactions, ensuring customer security and adherence to online protection guidelines. The Tanzania Revenue Authority will set targets for tax collection from the digital economy. Digital financial services facilitate quick and secure money transfers, digital payments, such as QR code, POS, LIPA number, and access to loans. The Tanzania Instant Payment System TIPS integrates financial systems, including the government's Digital Payment System, GEPG, increasing government revenue by reducing income loss. Execution and review. Tanzania fosters collaboration between government, private sector, and academia to pool resources, share expertise, and develop tailored policies. The execution of this strategy will involve collaboration between public and private sector under the National Business Council, TNBC. Given the rapid pace of technological change, the strategy will be reviewed triennially.
God bless Tanzania. God bless Africa. Na kazi iendelee.
Asante studio for a video. Honorable guest of honor, allow me to invite Mr. Mohamed Hamis Abdullah, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Communication and Information Technology, for his remarks. Karibu sana.
Honorable William Sila, the Minister of Communication, Information and Information Technology from the United Republic of Tanzania, Honorables Ministers and Deputy Ministers for ICT and Digitalization from different countries, distinguished delegates, all protocol observed. Habari ya mchana, I think it's afternoon now. Good afternoon all. First of all, let me take this opportunity to humbly thank you, Honorable Guest of Honor, for dedicating your valuable time to officially open this 14th Africa Internet Governance Forum, AfIGF. Your presence here is a clear sign of the sixth phase government's sincere commitment to developing the communication sector, not only for Tanzania, but for the entire African continent. Let me also extend my heartfelt appreciation to the Africa Internet Governance Secretariat under the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, UNECA, and the African Union for their excellent collaboration with the team of the ministry in the preparation of this important forum. You have indeed done a great job. Asanteni sana. Thank you so much. Honorable Guest of Honor, the Internet Governance Forum, AfIGF, is an international forum that brings together various stakeholders to discuss in-depth policy and regulatory issues related to the development of the Internet. The forum was established following the decisions of the World Summit of the Information Society, OSS, held in Tunis in 2005, and it was approved by the United Nations General Assembly. Since then, AfIGF meetings have been held annually at the global and regional levels, involving stakeholders from governments, parliaments, United Nations agencies, international organizations, ICT companies, the private sector, civil society, academia, and development partners. This Africa AfIGF, as a regional forum for Africa, is a key opportunity to raise and discuss policy challenges and opportunities in ICT development in Africa, and to develop joint strategies for Africa's digital future. Honorable Guest of Honor, this year's forum focuses on enabling Africa's digital future, where key topics will cover digital public infrastructure, DPI, and the data governance, cyber security, resilience and trust, artificial intelligence and emerging technologies, universal access and meaningful communication services, as well as digital cooperation aimed at fostering an inclusive and sustainable digital economy. Today, we are gathered here to discuss in depth how Africa can achieve its digital future. The world is currently on the edge of the fourth, fifth, and sixth industrial revolution, which are driven by modern technologies such as big data, the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, robotics, drones, and more. It is clear that we cannot ignore ICT. It is a clear enabler in achieving a modern economy based on knowledge and innovation. These technologies have the potential to transform every sector of life, including energy, health, education, transport, security, agriculture, and environment management. They can connect citizens to essential services, improve access to information, and help people access life-changing opportunities. But none of this can achieve without supportive and enabling policies and regulatory environment. Honorable Guest of Honor, the digital economy, which relies on digital infrastructure, platforms, digital public goods, services, businesses, and skills, has become a key pillar for reducing poverty and improving people's life. However, we still face significant challenges in Africa. For example, as of 2024, the International Telecommunication Union, ITU, reports that a third of the world population was still offline. Most of them were in Africa. Although 85% of Africans are covered by high-speed 3G internet infrastructure, only 38% of people have used the services, compared to the globe average of 68%. Meanwhile, 5G coverage was only 11% in Africa, below the global average of 51%. Furthermore, there were significant gender and geographical disparities. 57% of urban people use the internet, compared to 23% in rural areas. Furthermore, only 31% of women in Africa were connected, compared to 43% of men. This is a significant gap that needs to be addressed. Honorable guest of honor. Also, the cost of services remains a challenge. The media price of an entry-level mobile broadband plan is 2G per month in Africa, accounted for 4.2% of a gross national income per capita, more than double the United Nations Broadband Commission, which is a target of 2%. Honorable guest of honor, all of this makes us realize that we have shared responsibility to invest in modern infrastructure, eliminate gender and geographical gaps, improve digital literacy, and ensure cyber security for current and future generations. On this basis, the government of the United Republic of Tanzania, under the strong leadership of Her Excellency, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, has seen the importance of hosting this major conference. Her Excellency, the President, launched the National Digital Economy Strategy with 6 pillars, as we saw in the video, which outlines the key steps to take Tanzania towards a modern digital-based economy. The government believes that this technology not only brings productivity, but also provides answers to major challenges in sectors such as education, health, energy, agriculture, transportation, and even disaster management. By using ICT, we can have more accountable government, one that delivers services quickly and efficiently, a government that listens to its citizens. Honorable guest of honor, with great respect and on behalf of all participants, I would like now to formally welcome you, Honorable Jerry Williams-Lah, the Minister for Communication, Information Technology of the United Republic of Tanzania, to address us and officially open this 14th Africa Internet Governance Conference. Karibu sana, Mheshimiwa.
Honorable Edward Mpogolo, Ilala District Commissioner and Dar es Salaam Regional Commissioner Representative, Honorable Ministers, Deputy Ministers responsible for ICT and representatives from different countries, recognize representation from Gambia, Malawi, South Africa, Rwanda, Ghana, Mozambique, Chad, Ms. Hawa Mbaye, Deputy Permanent Secretary, representing Minister of Infrastructure, Communication and Transport from the Revolutionary Government of Zanzibar, Honorable Innocent Kalogorest, Member of Parliament and representative of the Chairman of the United Republic of Tanzania Permanent Committee on Infrastructure, and other members of Parliament from the United Republic of Tanzania. We recognize the presence of Honorable Amina Mzee and Honorable Engineer Mwanaisha Ulenge. Honorable members of Parliament from all parliaments from different countries of Africa present here today, Dr. Mekta Sek, Chief of Section Emerging and Frontier Technologies, Innovation and Digital Transformation section from United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, UNECA. Engineer Dr. Kazaura Kamugisha, Director of Infrastructure and Energy from Africa Union, and all AU delegates present. Ms. Doreen Bogdan Martin, Secretary General of International Telecommunication Union, represented here today. Honorable ambassadors and representatives from international organizations present here. Dr. Emmanuel Manasseh, ITU Regional Director for Africa. Mr. Mohammed Hamis Abdullah, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Communication and Information Technology from the United Republic of Tanzania, and all permanent secretaries present here. Mr. Chengetai Masango, Head of the United Nations Secretariat for Internet Governance Forum, and all UN IGF Secretariat present here. Africa IGF Secretariat, Ms. Millennium Anthony Malamla, Youth IGF representative, and all youth representative and delegates present in this conference. Honorable Alagie Bow, Africa IGF MAG Chair, and all Africa MAG members present. Chairpersons of the institutions under the Ministry of Communication and Information Technologies, heads of government institutions and private sector, representative of the permanent secretaries, heads of higher learning institutions, head and representative of financial institutions, management team from the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology, partners and sponsors present here, delegates from different nations present here, members of the press, good afternoon. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, it is both an honor and privilege to stand before you today as the guest of honor at this important meeting of the 14th African Internet Governance Forum 2025. First and foremost, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Almighty God for granting us life and enabling us to attend this forum. This forum is crucial for the development of the ICT sector in Africa and the world at large. Also, let me take this opportunity to thank the management of the ministry I lead, together with the African Union and the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, for organizing this important meeting and inviting the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Her Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, who, due to the overlap of responsibilities, has directed me to represent the Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable Dr. Mashaka Biteko, on her behalf in the role of opening this meeting. I bring you her greetings. She welcomes you to Dar es Salaam and wish you all the best in this important meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, I also take this opportunity to thank the African Union and the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, UNECA, for choosing Tanzania to host this African Internet Governance Forum, which is an important platform to discuss the future of digital development in Africa. Asanteni sana. Tanzania is ready to collaborate with the international community in ensuring that the goals of the World Summit on Information Society, Internet Governance Forum, the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals, and those agreed in the Global Digital Compact are achieved. Organizing and hosting this meeting is a clear evidence and continuation of our commitment to bring development not only to our citizens, but to the African community and the world at large. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this opportunity on behalf of the Tanzania government to welcome all of you who have come from different parts of the world and have found it important to participate in this African IGF meeting here in Tanzania. Indeed, we are pleased to welcome you to this city of Dar es Salaam, and we wish you a productive participation and peaceful stay in our country. As you know, Tanzania is a country renowned for its cultural and natural diversity. It is a country of peace and stability with more than 65 million people, and the main language is Swahili, which is currently used by many countries in the implementation of their responsibilities. Ladies and gentlemen, Tanzania is home to the world-renowned tourist attractions, including Mount Kilimanjaro, the Zanzibar Islands, and over 16 national parks teeming with the wildlife such as Serengeti, Ngorongoro Crater, Selous, and many others. I hope you will extend your stay to visit these beautiful destinations. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are gathered here to participate in the Africa Internet Governance Forum under the theme, Enabling Africa's Digital Future. This forum will cover key topics such as internet policies, digital public infrastructure, the data governance, cybersecurity, resilience and trust, artificial intelligence and emerging technologies, universal access and meaningful connectivity, and enhancing digital cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a significant achievement, especially as we celebrate 20 years since the establishment of the Internet Governance Forum under the United Nations, following the 2005 World Summit on the Information Society. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been informed that IGF 2025 has been attended by diverse participants, including government leaders, parliamentarians, UN agencies, international organizations, global ICT companies, private sector actors, and development partners from 51 African countries and 5 non-African nations, both physical and online. I kindly argue all deeply engaged in discussing Africa's ICT issues and finding solutions for achieving a digital economy. Ladies and gentlemen, this year marks 20 years since the WISIS and IGF began. As we reflect on this journey and consider our future expectations, we must celebrate achievements, examine challenges, and improve implementation strategies aligned with the Global Digital Compact, resolutions of the United Nations General Assembly. Ladies and gentlemen, the government of the United Republic of Tanzania continues to make progress in implementing the WISIS and the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. We aim to enhance ICT use to stimulate the growth of the digital economy and improve citizens' lives across urban and rural areas. Digital transformation lays the foundation for the digital inclusive economy powered by ICT, with all sectors working in synergy through robust digital systems. This transformation is supported by solid foundations in our policy and legal frameworks. These frameworks have significantly improved public service delivery, including financial transactions, e-commerce, e-education, healthy agriculture, e-society, and good governance. Ladies and gentlemen, our government has implemented several legislative and policy instruments to promote safe, inclusive, and innovative use of ICT. This includes the National ICT Policy of 2003, revised in 2016, Universal Communication Service Access Act of 2006, Electronic and Postal Communication Act of 2010, Cyber Crimes Act of 2015, Electronic Transaction Act of 2015, E-Government Act of 2019, and Personal Data Protection Act of 2022. Additionally, the national ICT strategies include the Digital Economy Strategy, the E-Government Strategy, the National Broadband Strategy, and Cyber Security Strategies. We have established dedicated ICT institutions such as the Tanzania Communication Regulatory Authority, TCRA, the E-Government Authority, IGA, the Personal Data Protection Commission, PDPC, the Universal Communication Service Action Fund, UCSAF, and the ICT Commission, ICTC. Ladies and gentlemen, Tanzania has made significant progress in building ICT infrastructure, including a 13,820-kilometer national ICT broadband backbone connecting all regions and districts and interlinking with our neighboring countries Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Zambia, Malawi, and Mozambique. We are now preparing to connect with the Democratic Republic of Congo via Lake Tanganyika. Ladies and gentlemen, we have created an enabling investment environment resulting in mobile broadband services reaching 92% for 3G, 91% for 4G, and 23% for 5G of the population. Other milestones include Tanzania among leading countries in the regional having the large fiber network of over 27,000 kilometers of fiber optics, 6 national data centers, 4 undersea cables, and 6 internet exchange points, 1,366 towers built in 1,243 wards, covering 3,701 villages. Ladies and gentlemen, to ensure citizens benefit from the digital economy, the government and partners have developed various digital systems to improve government services, such as GPG, TIPS, MUSE, and TAUSI, which are revenue systems, NAPA, which is the National Address System, MAMA, which is the Healthy Services System, NEST, which is the Procurement System, NIDA, which is the National ID System, PEPMIS, which is a Public Service Human Resources System, and digital wallets used by over 72% of mobile users for financial transactions. Ladies and gentlemen, under the leadership of Her Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, there have been strong emphasis on ICT systems, data exchange, and governance. We have developed the Jamii Exchange platform to facilitate national and international system interoperability. The government has also